All right, hey guys. Let me see if I can get Twitch going too. Let me go back to my home. So I have started simulcasting, yep, on Twitch. So if you prefer Twitch or you want YouTube, you can choose whichever. I'm not big into live streams, so I'm not too sure the big difference. I just know that Twitch has a lot more people there, and YouTube is what I use for pretty much everything. So I should have chats now open. Let me see if this works. So let me go to Twitch, and I should be able to send a message of, oh, world. Sir Codes a lot. That is my name. Yep. Sweet. And then let me go to YouTube and make sure that works as well. Nope, that's my GitHub. Chat. Nope. First. Ooh. Okay. So, oh, wrong one. Okay. Hopefully the levels are a lot better for my voice. I apologize. I set up a new profile and um, I did not move all of my settings over apparently. So let me get this running. Let me see if I can sign in and get YouTube synced. If not, that's fine. Continue. Doo -doo -doo. All right, I can close that window now. Now let me bring this up. Oh. Ha, connected to YouTube chat successfully. Sweet. Let me go to YouTube and verify because I ain't gonna do anything without verifying. Come on, show up, please. Yes. Oh, it says Brian Sane. Maybe I need to change that to Sir Codes a lot as well. My handle on YouTube is Sir Codes a lot. So if you need to find me, search for at Sir Codes a lot. I was able to get the same handle across all of them. So let me pull everything back up. That way I can see it. This is perfect. So much better than my first stream. All right. So that looks good. And that looks good. All right. Well, if you missed the first stream, this is the second, so you haven't missed much. My name is Brian Sane. I am a .NET developer, and right now I am working on a instance of Akka.net called Akka.restaurant. The goal here is to help try to introduce Akka.net to more people and show just how easy it is to implement things. After this, I have two more projects already lined up. I'm pretty excited about. One of them is going to be Crowd Query, which is going to be a crowdsourced survey tool. Probably already exists, but that way it'll let me show off Akka.cluster and Akka.persistence really easily. It will create a real world scenario for that. Um, and that's what I really like to do. I learn by doing real world stuff. Um, I love doing proof of concepts and all those different things, and that's always been kind of big for me. That's just how I learn. So hopefully, this is how you will learn. If not, that's fine. There's a lot of other tutorials out there for Akka.net. You should really consider it. Um, but from there, let me go ahead and just get started. So this is Akka.restaurant. Um, the goal here is to mimic the flow of a restaurant and be able to kind of use messages and kind of demonstrate what Akka.net is. If you're not familiar, it is an actor system, and there is a whole spiel about it here on github.com/briansane/my notes. Actually, it's briansane.github.io, my notes. If you go here, you'll see this welcome page, and it is just an introduction to what Akka.net is, um, which is, actor system. Go through here. If you have any questions, feel free to put anything in the chat or comment or anything on the video if you're watching this later, which thank you so much if you are. Um, but yeah, I again try to use real world examples here. And right now I am working on the documentation for Akka persistence first, and then Akka cluster, and then I'll wrap it all up with Akka unit tests. And that's something I don't know, semi-passionate about unit tests. They're great. They're just a pain in the neck. So, all right. So what did we do last time? I do not want to code anything out of a live stream for it. Another reason I brought this up is on my GitHub, akka.restaurant, there's two branches. There's a main, and then there's the live stream. And the live stream is kind of, code with me because it's the live stream. That's where I'm going to push everything out. Um, feel free to clone, do anything. You can walk through commits if you want, or just ignore it. It's fine. You know, kind of doing this for fun, something new, never done it before. Hoping to get some viewers, but if not, that's fine. So let's look at what we did last week. We have a server manager, a hostess manager, and a cook manager. So we are following the manager pattern, which, oh, wrong one. No, that's right. Just wrong, John. We are following the manager kind of outline, architecture, strategy, whatever, of actors. So we have a root a manager here, and then it has children, a warehouse, cook one, cook two, server one, server two, and things like that. And I've set that all the way up. The alternative is to have them have all of those multiple instances at the root top level of kind of what we have access to as users of Akka.net, and I don't want to do that. I like the manager personally. So we have this Akka hosted service. So we are getting the hostess actor. We're getting dependency injection for it. Right now we have two sets of customers. We are defining a new customer ID, number of customers, and then we are creating the customer actor for this set. We don't care about getting the reference from it, the iActorRef, so we don't really need to do anything from it. It's still going to create something whether we get the reference or not. We have the new customers message, and we're going to tell the hostess that. So we're going to tell them the number of customers and that customer ID. The hostess actor is going to receive that new customer's request, and it's going to receive new customers message, number of customers. So here we are looking for the first tables where, or the first within the list, where the number of seats available, so let's change that. Available seats is greater than or equal to the number of customers. And that table does not currently hold customers. We've assigned customers to the table, server manager, and so what we're going to do here is, oh yeah, the server manager. We're going to tell the server manager we are assigning these customers to this table. The definition of a table is we have 3 available tables, 5, 4, and 2. Available seats has customers and then a table ID. Right, and then the table does have customers. So the server manager actually. So I got a list of server names from Fantasy Name Generator. If you cannot tell, I'm a big nerd. And here we're just going to create 2 servers. We will eventually create more, but kind of create it to work and then simplify it and speedify it. Is kind of my approach to coding. Solid. All right. So we have the server actors, context.watch. So we're going to watch those children and get the logger. When we receive an assigned table, we're going to ask for however many tables the server is assigned. Why do we not want to keep the state in here? Yeah, so this I don't like. So here we're getting the context of children, number of assigned tables. And then from here we are ordering it by number of assigned tables. And then we are assigning the table. We've actually found an assigned table for this. So let's actually move that down. That doesn't make sense over there. All right, so if we have 2 messages, it won't be a race condition. All right, so I was just worried about in my head a race condition between the state of a server changing from the state of the server manager, and I like this a lot actually. So I don't know if I can do this. I might go to, I'll just go to jaw.io. So here, wrong window. All right, I like to visualize things. I will decide later. Can I? Okay, well, let's turn on. Oh, so it is on. And here it's off. Oh, there's the switch. All right, cool. So we have a actor. Here's our server manager. It has currently 2 children. Server 1 and server 2. All right. And these are all children. Hello, children. Nope. Just want to move you. do that. Oh, it just looks like his feet are like. Yeah, I like that better because it looks like his feet are too long. And I'm worried that might be inappropriate. Okay, so within here, we have get assigned. What was the message actually called? We want, we're requesting, right, num assigned tables. So both of these, so here's the first thing, all right? The server manager here is going to send, there we go. Server manager is going to send two separate messages and wait for the response. That is called an ask in Akka.net. It is going to do num assigned tables down there, and then all the way it's going to wait for a response. So then the, oh, not there. So these are going to respond. Can we easily change it? Yes, we can. None, arrow, arrow, and then none. And this should be response, right? So they are going to respond with this. The server manager is just going to choose one of them, right? It's going to see who has the least amount of assigned tables. Going up there again. All right, I'm going to group it and then copy the group, paste the group. Sweet, it grows. All right. And then it is going to say assign table. So it's not going to send anything to job 2. It's only going to send it to server 1. Oh, that was turn off grid. How do I ungroup? Arrange. This should be Control Shift U. Because that, oh, for ungroup? Okay, whatever. So even if here, right, we start the process over again because it is a continual thing. You know, we know as programmers it is going to immediately process this, as in the hosted service is immediately going to send another like assigned tables request. And so here it is going to do that again. But, and here's the cool part, it is going to process those in order. So if for some reason server 1 still has not fully processed the assigned table message, then this one is going to wait for this state to change. And then from there, it will say, okay, this one has 1, this one has 0, we'll go to server 2 and do it again. So that logic is actually sound. So either way, I was going to be wrong. So here, it's not a debug statement. assign table, and then it is going to assigned actor. Oh, so this is the response, right? Dot result dot self dot tell. So then we're going to send it there. That's right. So here in our response, we are passing a reference to itself in the response. Server actor receives that. It tells here how many tables I am assigned, and then assign table. Server has been assigned table, table ID. So we're going to add that to the table state. Going to get the customer reference. Get customer reference. There. Greet, say hi, my name is blah. Customer actor will say, oh, okay, hi, I've received a greeting, that's fine, whatever. Okay, let's do this. Let's do over schmar. And we're gonna kind of do a few different things. So after we tell them the server greeting, we're also going to schedule, hey, in 3 seconds, I want you to go ask for a drink order. So request drink order, we have the menu, choose what to order from the drink menu, and then we're going to tell them our drink order. So here, let's do receive drink order. So here we're doing request, info, and then we're going to deliver the drinks. Received our drinks. And then after that, we're going to say, all right, what kind of food do you want? So it is important here that we log something. And I'm going to run this here in a few minutes to make sure it all works before we start changing things. But then I will also show what happens if, the receive isn't there. So request food order. So then it's going to choose food order. All right, so this is where it gets fun. I want to switch this, right? Okay, so here we're adding to food. This is what I really want to change. So we have the customer and food orders. Let's log here. All right, cook manager, what are you doing? Cheeseburger, lasagna. So I want however many foods I have, I want there to be one cook per food. Right? No. No, I think I just created 4 cooks in general. I'm gonna delete that comment. So I get cook status response for each. So we're doing the same thing as we're doing with the servers. I want your cook status. How much are you cooking in there? Right? What you got cooking? Huh? Well, I got some things cooking. I don't like this though. So food, so receive a food order. What we need to do is instead of figuring out what we need to do here, we need to start assigning foods, I think. So let me add a comment. All right, separate messages. So we want to cook the food. So this is where is an example of a finite state machine. So the cook is going to become waiting. It's waiting for some sort of request. It's going to say, all right, here's my status. I'm waiting. Um, I'm this person, and this is how much is in my backlog, right? And this is kind of in case, this is for a race condition, where so here we are becoming waiting, and then we're going to tell ourselves the first food. Well, what if there is a cook the food that comes in before we tell ourselves to wait, right? That's kind of important, I believe. So here we are waiting, here we're cooking. So same, we're cooking. We want to actually, so we want to cook the food. So we're going to add that to our backlog. Here, I don't want to do that. I want to do dot pop, right? Isn't dot pop what, or is that only in, oh no, we're not changing anything, so we need a pop here. So that we're removing later, not right then. Right, so here we're doing that. Cook the food. So here we're becoming it, right? We're actually cooking. And we're gonna tell ourselves after so much time, right? After 4 seconds, the food isn't cooked. We're gonna say no, food is cooked. Almost forgot it again. I forgot it for my first stream. Bam! Star Wars toppers. Yeah. All right. So we want to cook the food. So what if we receive? Oh yeah, because we're already cooking, right? So here we're cooking. If we receive anything new, we need to add it to our backlog. You know, we're never going to handle the food is cooked in here. Here is where we're going to handle it, and we're going to pop it. All right, so this should be working. Let's see. So receive server greeting from Alessandri, the prospect Cerberus. Received new customers. We've assigned them to that table. And then here we're also querying for it. And we've assigned that table. Final creature defender. Shit, that's awesome. Hello, I am final creature defender. Okay. Receive the drink order. Yep. So received, mine are drinks, received, mine are drinks. Cooking the food, received, food order, cooking the food. Food is cooked, food is delivered. Food is cooked. Okay, so that goes with that, that goes with that. Cooking the food, food is cooked. I think we got multiple messages. So received, how many tables? Right, assigned. So we have two tables going. We have table 762 and 35A. So let's go to our server. Um, yeah, dot count. All right, let's do that again. One more time now. Right foot, let's stomp. Or stop. So 3. Oh, so we have 6. Okay. I should have muted, right? If that did not mute, I apologize profusely. Sorry, camera's up here. I apologize profusely. I hit the mute button, or what I thought was the mute button. Alright, so we have 6 order. So let's count cooking the food. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we received it. Oh, okay, there's more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Food orders delivered. Food orders delivered. Number of items 3. Sweet. Alright. Well then, there we go. It works perfectly. Theoretically. Alright. So now let's. That was a recap of last week. Nope, that's just going to depress me probably. Yep, that's right. Just sending this to the ether. That's all that matters. Alright. So here we want to pop. I wanted it my way tonight. So I got Burger King. Our food. So what do we got here? Okay, so we don't have any helpful like pops. I bet that's an array. Is that an array? I know you're a string array. Fine. Alright. You're a proper string array now. What methods do you have? Alright, yeah, you don't have a pop. Pop it up. Uh, So this should update the actual like list, right? Removes the first occurrence. Okay, so yeah, we're good. And tell them food. So then we can actually make sure that we are removing the correct one. All right. So food is cooked. What else did I want to do? That's right. I want to split these into separate messages. So I want to do assign food. Food workflow. I want to add one here. Right, assign food. Oh yeah, and I also did not like how like everything was working after doing that. So cook assigned cooking. So we're telling the server, hey, your food is cooked. Right? So what do we have in there? We have the order ID, the food ID, and stuff like that. We're going to find that order, and we're going to update however many cooks. If it's equal, great. We'll tell the customer. So then what is this list? Food order, right? It's the same thing. Order ID, completely cooked foods, customer ID, blah. I don't know why I didn't like that. I'm sorry, it's decent. I don't think I need the food ID, right? Yeah. I think I was thinking like if a order like tracks specifically which food was cooked, but we don't need to do that. Not for this. I was thinking about making this a game. I think that'd be fun. Right? Alright. So we have this and we have that. Alright. So let's go back to the cook manager and separate this out. We have assigned food. So in here, um, so we have cook the food. Food ID, what do we need that for? No. No, 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 no. Right. We're gonna have some bad references now, but that's alright. Right, yep, okay. So instead of cook the food, oh no, cook the food is fine. We need an overarching food order, and then in here is assign food. So we will need the, my mind is going crazy, I apologize. Order ID. Nope. I hate it when that happens. Order. Food ID. Yep, we're pretty much, we'll save everyone some headache. And this is not food ID, it's server ID. Alright, so for each we can just tell ourselves cook the food. Yeah, let's do that. So I don't need to assign food. So then who is going to get our message of cook the food? We don't need this anymore. So for each food item, we can do this, and we'll do self.tell. Alright, and then once we, so now we're going to figure out who is cooking the food. So we're going to do this here. We don't need sender ID. We don't need a list of tasks. Oh yeah, we do, because of the children. Don't listen to me. Task dot wait all. And then here, so we're going to get all of the cook statuses. So we're going to order by cook status. That should be, let's just like, where is, yeah, it is 0. Okay, it is 0. Children cook. So, don't need to do this. And we want to child cook dot forward. A message. So that's pretty much the same thing, but it's a lot cleaner. And this, again, will take into account if the internal stuff changes, state changes. And then I want to make sure we are not like going to shoot ourselves in the foot by doing sender. Okay, so we're doing sender for that, which is great. And then we're not doing sender for anything else. So forward will set the sender as, you know, whoever sent it. Which in this case would ultimately be the cook manager. But that'll be fine. Alright. Should still work. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oh. Item string. Food is delivered. Food is cooked. Food is cooked. Food is delivered. Alright. I did not post in the Discord. I wonder if that's what's going on. Alright, I like that a lot better. So now that the food is cooked, we want to tell them food was delivered, remove it, and then context.system.schedule. So now we want to do whatever's next in the workflow. I have that somewhere. Here it is. Dessert order. Schedule till what? Time span. Seconds. We'll give them 6 seconds to eat. The receiver is yeah, so I want this in here. Tell the customer new request order self. So here in the customer, what do we have in here? We just have a menu. Well, we don't do cheeseburgers. I don't know. What's some good ones? Chocolate cake. Churros are so yummy. We'll do cookies, that's fine. And ice cream. So I don't want everyone to do dessert because I never order dessert. There are some people out there that do order dessert. So let's do var. Let's do rando. Random dot shared. I'm going to roll a d20. And then if rando is odd, or is even, I meant. We'll do that. We'll decline. We'll do request check. And here we will send order. So dessert order. Yeah, we can do that. Still going to the kitchen, still going to the cooks. We can just repurpose that workflow. I don't see any reason why not. You know, we would still have cooks. We could look at, you know, if we were going to make this something bigger and we wanted to distinguish it, then all I would do is in the cook manager, I would assign a cook a specific station, right? So we could do um, a dessert pastry person or a regular chef person. And then depending on that, send them over. So we'll tell them our dessert order. Finish that workflow. And that workflow is still good. However, we will never. Oh, so here we actually do need to have some sort of flag for dessert because we have the check and we want to get a receipt. We want to actually do the check. So here, what do you want? Okay. Okay, so in the server, we could do food order, right? Is dessert. Desserts. Right. We'll set the default to false. And here we'll do true. Is dessert. That way, when we receive the food is cooked, remove order here, and then we'll do. Yep, we have it. Double checking, it's the same object. So great. So here are. We won't do that yet. Let's do messages. Check. Here's the check. Or request payment. We'll do request payment. That's better. Yes. Right. If the order dot is dessert, then do request payment, else request dessert order. That's right. Check it out. Boom. Object. Message. So how are you going to, guess we'll do request check here. Yeah, because the check represents requesting payment. So not, we'll do sender.tell new. If we receive request check, Then we'll do sender.tell request payment. How are you gonna pay today, sir? Well, I'm gonna use my platinum gold card. Rich people. Be nice to be one day. Won't be snooty, but we'll be kind and not have to worry about money. That'd be nice. So add new class of payment. Here's our payment. So we can schedule. Let's schedule it. Cause no, these customers are prepared. After they received their food delivery or their dessert delivery, they got their money ready. They have a fancy ballroom movie lounge to get to. Because that's what rich people do. Ballroom movie lounges. Where they watch rooms of ballroom dancing as a movie. Okay. So we have payment. Receive. We've received the payment. And they left. Sweet. We'll log that. So now what do we do? So, okay, so this is bad taste, but not intentionally. So, to kill an actor, you send a poison pill, which doesn't work well in a restaurant scenario, but that's what you do. So, we're not trying to poison our customers. Schedule tell once. Oh no, we'll have the cleanup will be the thing. So we need to kill them. So the server will be in charge of cleaning up the customers. Context.system.scheduler. We'll do 6 seconds. Give them actually time to walk out the door. Scheduler.schedule tell once. The receiver is the sender. Object is poison pill. And the sender is self. Yep, I like it. Alright. And then poison pill is actually handled within the internal Akka system itself. So cool. So let's add some loggers. Here. We ate our vegetables. we get to order dessert. I don't like dessert. Info. It's a shame, but you know, that's what I have to tell myself is I don't like desserts or I'll eat them all up. Yeah. So here's our payment. Here's our hold card, Holdor. Here's our gold card. Um, all right, run it, see what happens. Received mine are drinks. Mine are. Received food order. Cooking the food, food is cooked. Cooking the food, food is cooked, food is cooked, food is cooked. Okay, I see that. Ordering dessert. Ooh! Someone actually ordered dessert. I like that. I don't like desserts. Well, you're wrong. Here's our gold card. Received payment. Did it. Did it, did it, did it. Did it, did it, did it. Did it, did it, did it. Wow, my screen flashed. I apologize for the 0 viewers. That's fine. Alright, so let's take it a vote. Do we want to continue this or move on to the next fun project? Alright, so tell me in chat what you want to do. Great, we'll move on. So let's commit this up. Get status. Alright. So I'm using a shared folder. Probably should not have. Dude. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I don't know if I'm should share myself or not. So we're gonna add a new scene. Myself. We want to not. There's a fun way to do like hide secrets and stuff. I don't know how to do that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make me big. And then we will make this big as well. And for now, that will be great. So the error is, okay, so get config. Okay, so now that works. What is the difference between those two? Hold on, I got it fixed. Oh, I did a lowercase instead of an uppercase. That's stupid. Alright, we can show everything back again. Sweet. So, we did a lot. I like it. Finished workflow. Alright, well, apparently we can't do that yet either. So I'll just let y'all know when it's done. Alright, I'll sign in with my browser. I think that worked. It's quiet. Too quiet. Bitrate is all over the place. So let's see. Am I actually good at this and follow instructions? Yes. The answer is yes. Woohoo! Look at that. 5 ahead. 5 head commits ahead. Alright, so here's we finished the workflow. So if you wanna look at it later, great. If not, that's fine. I want to start on the new project. So this is going to be, or I'll just delete all this because I don't care about it. So this is called crowd, not crown, crowd query. All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to create a website where you have a question or a query, not like a development query, but like, what's the favorite pizza topping? I think that's a little controversial, honestly, because I like pineapple. I'm okay with it. Not my favorite, but I kind of like it. Right? Sausage. And, right, we could add an infinite amount of pizza toppings. So, what's your favorite pizza topping? So, from here, so this is an actor. This is our question and query actor. I'm not going to use the word query because that can get confusing. And then down here, answer actor. And that is also answer actor. So we're going to have some main actors. So, cool. No, that's not helpful. Have a UML. I'm fine with that. So we will have to have a question ID. It's public. And there's going to be a GUID. Don't know if it's... Apparently my YouTube went down. Hold on 1 second. Oh, unable to connect to chat. Well, let's see. Yeah, no, I'm live. Alright, that's cool. So we have answers. And that is going to be a list of strings. Now, Brian, sorry, now Sir Code's a lot. You might be saying, probably not, but Sir Code's a lot. Why do we need, yeah, why do we need a list of answers? So here, I'm gonna add a new one. Route is equal to question GUID. So that is the route within the system, within the actor system. Can I add another one of those? Duplicate? Haha. But I want to move it. Duplicate this one. Not down there. Okay, well. Dude, that's so cool. It's smart. Alright, so the route within it is going to be under user, because that is where in Akka.net our stuff lives. I love managers. Question manager. So we're going to make this a little wider. Alright, so its route within the system is going to be user, question manager, the question, and the GUID. And we're going to have a question ID and a question string. Here we go. So here is what the answer actor is going to look like. Yeah. It's going to be question, GUID, answer. Right? And the answer ID is going to be a deterministic GUID, or yeah, and I'll show you about that later. That's just within the stuff documentation I wrote. We will have a answer, and then we will have the responses, votes. That's what it is. We'll just make that an integer. Yep. And so this question, we can easily get the children, right? Because we know what they're going to be. I could have a, so why do I not want to do a class here? Hmm. Why do I want to set it up this way? Well, I can show off the actor system, right? And it makes sense. Here we don't need the answer GUI, we just need an answer and how many votes. It could be that, so this will be persisted. So once a question asks, or once a question actor is initialized, right, it's not going to be updated again. So then we can start tallying the votes of the answer. Um, for what benefit, I guess? I could just do a list of answers here. I honestly don't have a good reason. I mean, I will. So this project is going to be a stepping stone for the next project. So that's really why I want to split it up into different actors, because it's all going to be kind of, it's not like a necessarily a query thing, right? We can do, yeah, I think it'll be fine. So what messages are we going to have? Is there a UML for messages? That's the object interface class. That's what I just did. Item, component. I don't want an entity. Component with attributes. So we'll do an eclipse equals a message or a query or a command, right? So let's do initialize question. So we are going to be making this after we're using Akka.persistence. So if you're unfamiliar with that, hopefully I will have a blog post about it. If it is not up by then, um, comment on a video and that will help me get it up quicker. Um, question initialized. If not, go look at get Akka.net. That will that's a great resource. Oh, so I like that. So that is our event. We're doing an event source system. And this is the command. So in an event source system, you have commands and queries. And here we are wanting to, or commands are what actors receive, and events are created by those commands. So these actors are going to receive an initialized question, and then it is going to produce a question initialized event. Same. So these are pretty much the only like combinations. We're not going to do anything about, at least right now, we're not going to do anything by like, closed. Like a question is closed for viewing. Nope, not that. So we need the same thing for answers. So answer created, or answer create answer. Instead of initialize, we'll do create question, question created. And this will be answer created. And then increase answer vote. Increase answer vote, increase answer tally, right? And if, say we want someone can also decrease it, because what if they want to change their answer? So increase answer votes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Decrease answer votes. Right, and then we'll make that a little bit wider. Votes increased. So a command, again, which is these up here, is something that is going to happen to an entity, and the events are what can happen to an entity. Create answer, answer created. Right, and so we have this question actor, which has a question ID, GUID, question string, and then the list of answers of string. We don't. Yeah, because if we do, all right. So the thought is if we don't have answers, how is the question actor going to know and create its children? I mean, really, the question actor. So I wonder what happens, right? So the question actor doesn't need to be created every single time and answered us. So that's the benefit. What happens if a child is queried but not its parent? So let me add a note. There should be a good. What do you think is a good note? All right. So we'll do heading. Haha. so we're gonna do that. Because if nothing really matters, right? Or better yet, we could do an answer manager. And then the answer, yeah, okay. Cool. Let's just do this now. Right, I see a lot of problems with this. Like, what if we do a question is closed? How is that going to do it? Or if we split out and have a questions manager and an answer manager, how is that going to work? Well, I don't know. So let's build this right now and move forward. So cd copy Akka.skeleton to crowd query. Copy the repository. Right, from then into. Did I just mess this up? I don't think so. Use Windows to not bash. You know what? It was probably Git that I had to copy. Okay, so let's remove Akka.skeleton, move Akka.skeleton.cluster. We can do that later. And so we should have persistence. So we should name skeleton to crowd query. How do you do rename? Alright, whatever. Explorer here. Crowd query. So it's not gonna like this. Alright, that's fine. I know what to do. I only want Akka skeleton dot persistence. And we need to actually edit. So how do we I don't want that as part of the solution items. Okay, so add existing project. No, I want to do crowd query, and then we're going to rename that to crowd query. Hopefully it'll rename the file. No? Ha. Ooh, it did. Oh, sweet. Okay, well then, great. So we need to rename this to crowd query. I like Postgres. I've used Postgres a lot, um, so we're going to go with Postgres. It's a fun open source-ish, right? Postgres should be open source. Okay, so we have a echo actor and a stateful actor. Let's see. So I don't. I can. But make sure I have Docker, not Anchor. Docker. No. All right. Well, let's get it. Docker download. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. I was hoping it would be cool, but it's not. It is a widescreen. So hopefully I can get this pretty much going, and then I can, let's do that. Verifying package. We gotta restart. It's not gonna happen. Alright, well that is excitingly going. Let's look at Akka.skeleton. If you're unfamiliar, this is a bare bones setup project for Akka.net. It is pretty much to do exactly what I just did. Copy, paste, rename. Should probably, let's add an issue. Right, new issue. Let's make it easier to rename. I'm wanting to rename everything. And delete projects. Necessary project. Maybe even alright. Submit new issue. Cool. So if you find anything else, let me know. Akka.skeleton. I think it's fun. Supposed to make everything super easy. Let's see, you're still unpacking. Alright. So why I'm installing Docker and why you should is it'll create a instance of the database for me. So Postgres, have Docker compose up, it will create it for me. Let's see here. Where's my branches? I thought I had like a similar. Oh no, it doesn't. So SQL Server, you have to do extra stuff. Postgres, you don't. Because I just need to create the database and then the Akka library will handle everything for me. Alright. Initial installation successful. So where are you? Do I have to start it? I'll sign in later if it asks me to. Alright, so while that's going, let's work on this. Echo actor. Let's create a child. Add class. Now I want to create it within the echo actor itself because I is not going to stay around forever. Internal class. It's also a receive actor. Nope, logging actor. So we're not going to say anything. All right. So if I query this, so how am I going to create a logging actor? So here I want to do context.actor of props.create. Alright, so that's how I'm going to create it, and that will be a child. So when I receive an object, I want to send myself a poison pill. Poison pill.instance. So let's figure out what's happening here. Alright, so here in the Akka hosted service, hello world, and here is where it should die. Let's do a, I need to be able to query it, right? So actor system. Let's, oop, there it is. Oop, there it is. We want to do system dot actor of, not actor of, actor selection. We do user echo 1 logging. So logging 1, right? And then we're doing just a regular echo actor. So, well, I'm not doing this right now. Not doing that. Hello, Earth. Switch it up a little bit. And then it should poison itself there. Let me do sleep for 1,000 seconds. Hello, Earth again. So what that'll do is we're gonna logging actor. Logging actor received. Should kill it. So now we need to comment out some more things, which is only that. That is what creates Akka persistence. We're not using that right now to test this out. So what happens? Okay, so, oh. Okay. So I already expected that to not, oh no, yeah, logging actor, and then it couldn't do that anymore. So it's a little confusing because it's in a while true loop. So let's comment that out. and restart it. No. Then return task.completed. Complete a task. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Just for fun. Right, so that's what I thought would happen. So you cannot query the child specifically because you have to have the parent available. The parent's not there, you shouldn't be talking to the children. So then my thought of splitting it up won't work. I guess, so what is the benefit of having so I don't think I want it to be, you know, questions all the way down. I don't want an answer to be dependent on a question. So let's take that out and do answer manager. And then we'll do answer.GUID. And that's fine. I have a plan for this. So we will have the right. Aha. All right, let's move that up. We'll make this public. And we'll do a question ID. And so the answer, and so we'll also need an answer ID, right? These will both be deterministic GUIDs. And it will rely on two things to calculate its value. This one specifically would be question ID. And this will be the answer text. We will have that. This will be deterministic as well as just the question string. And I'll show that here in a second. That way the question can know all of the answer IDs, but this doesn't know or care about its children. So this is a pretty simple example, and we can do it in a CRUD app, but I think this will make a lot of sense, and maybe we can have more justification once we actually do it. So let's try it. So is Docker done? Get out of that. Nope. Okay. So we can't do that yet. Let's close Akka Net Restaurant. We are done so with that. We're gonna just, I don't know, finish that out. So we have two things. We have the question aggregate or entity, and we have an answer entity. Okay, so yeah. Another good thing is if we want to vote on an answer, we don't need to pull up the data for all of the questions and all of the other answers. If people keep voting for pepperoni, then mushrooms never needs to be alive, right? Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. So we need a answer manager, and we need a answer actor. And since I don't have Docker set up, probably won't go the whole 3 hours like I like to. And next week will also be weird, but just watch the video. I try to post on Reddit as well. Question manager, question actor. Okay, so then under that we will have an extra commands folder and events folder. And we'll do the same thing under question. Again, commands are future tense. I need you to do something. Events are past tense. What have you done for me lately? So before we get answers, we need questions. So we need to a create question command. All right, so let's split this up into two things. We already kind of defined it here, but let's do it here. So we need the prop question ID. This is a GUID. What is our actual question? And let's get a list of strings for our answers. It's not liking it because there's trying to do two types, right? So Populis. All right. Why don't you like this? Must contain a non. Oh, okay, that's fine. So we're going to define string question, or lowercase, plus string answers, lowercase. Now, I was just thinking about, do we want to define the question ID here in the constructor? No. Good rule of thumb, at least for myself, is keep the constructor as simple as possible. If you need actual work to initialize, then have an initialization method. Right. Keep it as simple as possible. And then public class question actor. So this is a persistent actor. Persistent receive actor. Or receive persistent actor? Yeah, receive persistent actor. And really, the only thing that's required is this persistence ID, which I will set to this. Haha. private static read-only persistence ID. String. Type is it? String. Okay. Public question actor. And we'll just set it here. Not static. What am I doing? Just read only. Not static. That'd be stupid. It's stupid because then each instance of question actor will have the same persistence ID. That's what static means, if you're unfamiliar with it. I'm pretty sure this will work. Yeah, you can't just create something for nothing. Right, so what did I do for my stateful actor? Oh, I just did that. Well, that's not helpful, Brian. So we'll do that. Okay. And then receive, create question. No, command. Not receive, command. So here is where we want to persist. So let's log. Let's do a public, yeah, we'll do public ilogging adapter. This one will name it correctly, I guess. Right. So creating. So, right, we're creating a new question and we're going to log the question. We will need to sanitize the question. Sanitize all strings, really. Sanitize the question. Right, so we don't have accidental SQL ingestion. Akka.net, I'm 85% sure does it for you. And we need to do it anyway because we're good developers. So we're going to persist an event. So let's do var event is equal to new question created. It has been created. So let's pretty much copy and paste. And then after that, we will need a question state class. Which is pretty much the same thing. So it's a lot of copy and paste, but it is just part of the process, right? Um, Yeah, I think we'll do that. So private is equal to state. Well, you are not happy, are you? Let's take you out. So we do logging adapter, creating a new event. Message question. Sheesh. We're missing any brackets? No. Message question ID. Question message answers. Not events though, it's one. Oh, that's why I didn't like it. So we'll do EV and T. So we need to persist the event, and then we need a handler for said handle event. So we'll have public void handle question created. And then here we will do state is equal to new question state with event dot question ID dot question event dot answers. So for the question state, we don't really need the question ID because we will already have it. Right, that's what the persistence ID is. So when we create a question actor, we will already know what its persistent ID is. We just need to know the question and the answers. Maybe a created by and all that, but we can do that later. Well, we didn't set what logging adapter is. Equals context system.logger. Can I do context.getLogger? Ooh, I can. Alright. Right, so then we have that. I don't like it as too much. Logging. Now, when I'm recovering from the event journal, handle, I'll need some way to handle it, right? So we're going to save the event question created to the database, and we need to handle it question created. Boom. That way we can make sure this event is always handled the same way. Either we persist it or we recover from it. So you still need to define state. So let's create one with a empty constructor. Whatever. I don't like the squigglies. Whoever invented squiggly for like in Microsoft Word or whatever, genius, because I absolutely hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Alright, so we've created the question. So now we need to create the answers. And it's largely going to follow the same pattern, right? Create answer. So here we need a GUID question ID, or GUID answer ID. Public string answer, and public int votes. String answer GUID answer ID, GUID question ID, and then int votes. Oh, come on. And votes is equal to votes. We will make the default 0 when we do that. Why not? I don't see any harm in it. And then public create answer. We need answer is equal to string.empty. Question ID is equal to GUID.empty. Is equal to GUID.empty. Votes is equal to 0. So I'm thinking, okay, so we're going to get confused if we're looking at the system and we only, that's, okay. Okay. That's why they did it that way. Okay. So right now, I'm not going to use this thing called architecture, but I will next week. So architecture is a framework on top of Akka.net, and it is essentially a framework to do what I'm doing, where you have a question identity, and it just sets everything up beautifully. Right? So right now, let's just actually leave it. I need to convert everything to architecture. So in the actors themselves, not that one, but the question actor, convert to architecture, and then the answer actor. Let me show you what architecture is real quick. Funny enough, I am one of the maintainers of architecture, and since I'm going to use it, let's actually update it because it needs some updating, honestly. So let's search, not for me, search all of GitHub for architecture. So after let's is like, I don't know, the official one. Um, the creator unfortunately died, and he went by Let's by a lot of people. So yeah, I This has kind of been on my radar. I've been, I say I'm one of the maintainers. It's just so hard for open source projects. Um, but yeah, see, this is all right. So Malcolm Lerner was going to look at it, but I will also do it. Um, right, it needs help. It needs a little bit of life, and I will breathe some life into it. Um, there, I know that there are some issues with the clustering of it, because I recently implemented clustering and I had to like override a good bit of stuff. So, I really enjoy architecture. It's a great little framework, and it has its own beasts in there. So, next week I will convert everything to architecture. It's a little too late now because I only have about an hour, and I don't know if I can do that. Um, and we'll kind of, as we are coding and developing, and we see some issues, we'll go in and fix them. Don't mind doing that. I love it. I'm kind of, semi-passionate to open source. Everything I'm going to be creating is going to be open source. So yeah, so since I need to create everything, I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight. It's going to be a lot of work to convert it. Like, not a lot of work, but a little bit more than an hour, especially if I'm trying to talk while I do it. So, thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Um, and I hope you are having a great rest of your day or night whenever you watch this. All right.